Last month, students and staff from RFHall once again joined the Caravan to End Torture. We were with them for 3 days, and in the midst of that I wrote a poem, and it's called The Math of Empathy. The only thing to overcome the devil's arithmetic is the math of empathy. Counting for something means getting started, beginning to realize I am part of a bigger world than myself. We get going when we get emotional, get connected, get feeling, get energized. This means having empathy. Beginning my journey to the other, beginning to care, beginning to become a person of compassion, beginning to live the Beatitudes. It is the passion of passion, death, and resurrection. Letting go of my old life, letting God and others enter through the doorway of my heart, listening with new ears, seeing with new eyes, feeling with new intensity, allowing my heart to break, my chains to come loose, my isolation to shatter. It is accepting with all my heart the passion of compassion. The next step, after empathy, comes when I connect to others, when their struggles become my struggles. Getting angry because I must. Getting disturbed because I seek to. Getting uncomfortable on purpose. Realizing my disconnection. Confessing the depth of my isolation. Admitting my ignorance, facing my demons, especially the monsters of fear and indifference, uncovering my alienation, my unwillingness to be moved, to be changed, to be renovated from the inside out. This is the death of passion, death, and resurrection. Getting to the zero place is where all empathy leads. The math of empathy, the only solution to the devil's arithmetic, means hitting the wall, means hurting, means embracing my emptiness and insufficiency, means acknowledging my limitations, swallowing the bitter pill, the poison of my inadequacy, my inability to change things, even to change myself. This is death. This is the desert, the vacuum, the neutral zone. This is the zero place, where I finally admit I am lost, I am nowhere, I must start afresh. And then does the authentic journey of life begin. Only then can we move beyond feelings and failure. Only after first opening and then breaking our heart can we find the path to a renewed and refreshed existence. Only then can we become something new. First we get feeling. Next we get angry. And finally, we get involved. I get active. I get moving. I get going. I discover that watching or being a spectator is no longer okay. Being dead is no longer okay. I must be alive, be involved, be committed, no longer a walking corpse, no longer a comatose dreamer, no longer a spectator in my own life story. Now I am an active participant in life's drama, and perhaps even a hero in my own adventure. This is the resurrection of passion, death, and resurrection. I realize I must add to life and not subtract. I must multiply concern and not be a force of division. Now the only math that matters is the math of love. To add to justice, to thirst for what matters, to hunger for truth, to choose life and blessing over death and destruction, to build peace, to create community, to be part of the solution and not part of the problem, to add love to the world and not subtract it. This is the math of empathy, multiplied in me, to realize what was lost is now found, and in the process, to find myself. And I discover my true vocation. I discover myself on a new path. I want to understand, to analyze, to decipher, to uncover the reasons for the world's suffering, and to decode the why of the devil's arithmetic, and attack it at its source, to fundamentally change the equation, to get past lies and illusions that insulate us from the truth. Because blindness and ignorance and indifference can never and must never be okay. I am invited to work for justice, to build for change, and above all, to make the transformation of my own self the chief computation. This is the math of empathy. To work for God's reign and justice. It means I must denounce the anti-reign of injustice, and I must be willing to put my heart, my mind, and my body on the line. Only in this way do I consecrate the body of Christ. My body works, struggles, and exercises its true purpose, to be Christ's own body, a sign of resurrection, a countersign to crucifixion, to the death, to all the destruction in the world. I was lost, but now am found. I was blind, but now see. I will never be the same again. I am new. This is the math of empathy, that multiplies beyond one to all, that reaches beyond me to we, that shines beyond darkness to everlasting, eternal, ineffable, enduring light. From brokenness is born joy. From despair bursts forth gladness. Out of darkness, illumination. Out of the cave of demonic reduction to the world of community, compassion, and care. I am become free, becoming myself, and I discover in this light that I am becoming a lighter, gentler person. I am not alone. I am one with all. I am one with God. Nothing is lost. All will be well.